Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Straight Betting. And the show looks a little bit different today. We're getting fucking infiltrated by the House of Stims. Let's see, Bubs, Flo, Stim. How we doing, fellas?
Doing well. I got the whole team here today.
Yeah, fantastic, man.
This was a beautiful idea. I think this was Stim's idea. Just bring the whole team on. Yeah, no, it's awesome. Did you guys like my post that I made? Getting infiltrated like January 6th.
I didn't even see that. That's crazy.
I was about to make an edit of you guys like raiding the wall, but then I was like, that's too much work. Okay. Anyways, guys, got a beautiful slate. We're gonna go over some props today. Is there anything you guys want to shout out? Do you guys want to, shout out this House of Stims before we get started?
Yeah, I mean, this is our whole team here. We've had an extremely profitable season. Definitely love what we put together here and love our team. Not too many guys to follow. We got us three. Obviously, some cappers outside of the NBA boys here, but this is all who covers NBA, and you'll see how we kind of run through a slate today.
Yeah, for sure. So we've already had Flo and Stim on. I want to introduce Bubs. So Bubs, every time I see like a House of Stims recap, it's like, oh, Bubs hit a fucking plus 400. Oh, Bubs is now a plus 100 units. I'm like, holy shit, dude. So Bubs, what's your process looking like for NBA, or how have you found your success this year?
I will say that everyone talks about it. Every year it gets harder to cap the NBA because the pricing is so much worse. Something that you would get like, I don't know, that's plus 500 now would be like plus 1,500 2 years ago. And it was so much easier. A lot of it is just like you go through the slate, right? You can kind of eye test everything, matchups. Like you want to take your guards versus drop coverage, or teams who blitz a lot, you want to look at their assists, stuff like that. After that, it's just kind of, does the price make sense? Sometimes you get a lot of discounts, like I think me, Stim, and Flo were talking about the other day. I think Stim was on LaMelo. He had a lower line, and I was like, he's going to take 25 shots. His line was like 21.5. If they're going to play him single coverage, you take that any day of the week. So I kind of like, it's kind of like the number you're betting on more so than the matchup at times. You kind of get a price discount. If the line's inflated, kind of stay away. But, in certain situations, we're always chopping it up and stuff like that.
I'll give two things off of that real quick. First off, LaMelo went 5 for 21 that game, so he did not clear his 21.5 points. Second off, Bubs is not going to give himself enough credit. I mean, we've been open since September. We opened up the House of Stims. In total, he's up over 100 units. I mean, it's actually miraculous. We track and recap every day. I mean, if you want to talk about consistency, he's actually unbelievable. So kudos to you, Bubs.
Thank you, sir.
And Flo as well. I'm not leaving out Flo here.
Yeah,
and I just minutes as well, especially with the Knicks. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I just want to say, like with Bubs, like I just love like the thought process of like thinking through things through, and I actually feel like just like working with them side by side, like all these months has like made me smarter. Where like now, like when I watch the games back, like I'm like looking for specific things and like thinking it through in a different way. So yeah, the NBA is like a bunch of roses this morning, but like, yeah, the NBA is like so much harder this year than it was like last year.
So much harder.
Like even something as small as like Bogdanovich today, like the books already know like Kawhi's not going to play today. So like they already priced him like Kawhi's out, and 13.5 points and 2.5 threes was like minus 140. That's when it first opened. So
they're definitely adjusting to matchups a little more aggressively this year than they used to.
Yeah. I think one thing too, it's like betting at this time of day is like especially difficult. Like I think that the matchups, like we were talking about a Harden, or Flo was talking about a Harden opened up at 27.5, and like the Heat stuff. It's like I think that the average better, or there's so many like cappers out there that if you like when people hit opening lines, like they're gonna move, right? So it's like by morning time, like the matchup edge for a lot of bets are gone, and you kind of just have to dig deeper and stuff like that and find like the niche role players. Like that's what I've been doing most of this year. I rarely take stock overs because those are going to be like the sharpest lines. And if like you look at, I don't know if you guys ever use what's the word for them, like Prizepicks and like the exchange apps and stuff. Like they'll always have like a ton of liquidity in like the star lines and stuff, but like you're not going to be able to bet like Peyton Watson PRA like on Prizepicks for $1,000, you know, like in the morning and stuff like that. So I think just like a part of like it is just the market getting smarter, and you just gotta evolve and find little niches and stuff.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay, cool. Let's get into some of the plays here. Does anyone want to go first?
I mean, Flo and I both have a play that we're both on together, so I feel like we could start with that. Definitely seems like an undervalued spot here, but it's Denny Avdija over 3.5 assists. Locked that in at -115 last night. It's definitely moved a bit. I also have his 7 rebounds and 7 assists at +1,000. But I mean, I'll jump into it a little bit, and then Flo, you can dive in as well. I have a nice little sample size on Props Madness that I think is a interesting chart here. But I mean, just looking at last game alone, I mean, he kind of like dominated the playmaking aspect of every part of the game. He had 61 passes received, 74 passes made, 18 potentials. Jeremy Grant should be out again today, so I mean, it's not much to really change here. But looking at the last 15 games, I went in and he's been averaging 9.2 potential assists over the last 15. So we'll use that sample size, put it at 9 potential assists. I mean, at 9 potential assists, he's over in like the last 12 games, I believe it is. I mean, it's just seems like he should continue to be on the ball heavily and continue to play make. And I mean, you see that chart. If he's having 9 potential assists, it seems like he's kind of going over relatively easy, even if it's 4.5 itself.
Yeah, I mean, my goodness, dude. I think a thing that I've been using a lot recently is actually passes made. I don't know why, but like 74 passes made is absurd, right?
Insane.
I mean, this is 40 passes made, 50
Yeah.
passes made, 60 passes made. I mean, I don't know, like, yeah, if he's gonna make anywhere near as many passes as that, because I feel like a lot of people, you know about potential assists now. And I think that passes made is like becoming something that because I was on Mobley's assists and I was like, what is this passes made without Mitchell? And it was all like 50, 60 and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, what about like 45 plus and ridiculous hit rate and stuff? So, I mean, 74 passes made. Yeah, no Jeremy Grant. I think that Jeremy Grant is like really big because one weird thing is that when Jeremy Grant plays, like they'll randomly like stiff Denny's minutes and stuff. And
yeah, it's so stupid.
Yeah, it's like, do you not see like how dominant this dude is? And I mean, he's young. You should be playing him like 35 minutes a night.
I think he's one of the more underrated players in the league.
Yeah, I agree. And I'll be honest, like, you know, obviously now I got to bring in like the Knicks homerism into it. He's the exact kind of guy that scares the hell out of me because he's like a 6'9" pterodactyl who like runs the floor with really good foot speed. And he can just like, it's not he's just like a passer. Like he can like manipulate the ball so well. Like he had like a play against the Warriors yesterday, 2 days ago, where like he was running the break and like spun in the air and found like clean right behind him for like an easy dunk. So the first thing that went to mind was like, take the 4. What are you putting the 6 with? The 6 will open at, I want to say like 320, 330. It's probably like 290. Like the 6 is going with something because you have to take the 6 because if he's going to play the 33, 34 minutes and have all those passes made and with like that height and the way like the Knicks going to struggle in transition. I mean, when Mitchell Robinson's in there, the defense is actually like kind of looking like really good. But like when he's not in there, it's like you already know what time it is with Carl Towns. It's like it's food down there. So yeah, I love Danny today.
Yeah, I always like betting on ball dominant like points and assists against the Knicks, just because of like what you said about Cat, right? It's like if you have the ball in your hand, you're like running pick and rolls and stuff. I mean, it's food.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
usage gonna be there for Denny. Yeah, no, I think I like this, and obviously market agrees too. What you got at -115?
Yeah, -115.
Oh yeah, that's a snipe. Yeah, no, I like that a ton. Well, what do you think? Is Anthony Simons in a good spot too?
Yes. The answer is yes. It's at 23.5. It opened at 22.5. I said Merry Christmas to myself. This dude's about to like fry the Knicks because every point guard that plays the Knicks fries the Knicks. The last 9 point guards have covered versus the Knicks. This dude without Jeremy Grant, the numbers I had, 27% usage in 5 of the last 6, 27 points in 5 of the last 6, 21 shots in the last 4 games. Sure, sign me up. Like, they're going to run him off that pick and roll. He's going to take like 8, 9 above the break threes. Sign me up for that too. Like at 23.5, you don't even need him to play well. You just need him to shoot like 9 for 21 or 8 for 21, get fouled a couple times, go to the lane. When they run that drop coverage with Cat, just hit some pull-ups. Simple as that. So I love Anthony Simons today. I don't know if I could get there on the 30, but I think that if you want to do like an alt 26-27, I'm right there with you. Like I think he'll hit you with 27, 28 points. But yeah, Anthony Simons should fry today. Love Anthony.
I can do the 30 flow.
I know you hate the Knicks, so you're gonna probably take
No.
35.
No. I love betting against them.
Yeah.
Knicks are a good team to bet against.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I was actually joking with Stim last night. I was like, "Hey man, look at those clinging threes," because he's taken 2 in 2 of the last 3 games. You know, it's crazy. Last game, I was looking for a Joval 3 line to throw something crazy out there. They didn't give me one, of course, and I don't think he took a 3 in like 7 games. I'm like, oh, he'll take one tonight because like when they do the pick and roll, like he's gonna fall back. He's gonna be open for one. One is like 230. So he'll take 2.
I think you got your sicko play of the day. It's cleaning up Reef threes.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, Reef is pulling 3. See, that's another one. I need Rob Williams to get ruled out and then them to put the Reef threes up because like Klingen's gonna be out of there and like he's gonna get like 5 fouls in like 18 minutes. And I was looking at when Reef plays like 16 to 18 plus minutes, he's taking like 4+ threes and like 6 of his last 7. And with the Knicks, that 4 really means like 6. So I'm gonna get like 6 Dwop Reef above the break threes, and I need like 2. So I'm in for Dwop Reef threes if Rob Williams is out.
Yeah, no, that's actually a sharp look. Klingen, I think he shoots like 2 probably, and you're getting plus 280. It's probably a good bet. And then,
I'll put something fun with it, like just like maybe Klingen and like Josh Hart make a bunch of threes tonight.
Yeah, no, I like it.
At Josh threes actually.
Yeah,
PJ Tucker's unlocked him, screaming.
Yes, yeah. I'm so mad I didn't take it last game because I was chasing it for like 3 games. I'm so mad.
Yeah, it was like did he get guarded by Jonas last game?
Yeah, and they gave him like the wing and they gave him all the space. Like the Kings are classic. Like if you can't shoot, we'll give you 5 feet of space.
Yeah, man, I'm pissed. I missed that. I was looking at that 14.5 all day. I'm like, Josh, are you going to actually shoot? And I guess to be honest, he really didn't even shoot that much. He only had 11 shots, but was efficient.
You know what's interesting about this matchup? Like, this is like one of those games where, like, I don't know if Deuce is going to get up to 20 again, but I can see Josh getting to 20. Like, they're so bad in transition, and the foot speed is, like, pronounced. Like, it is awful. So when they go to Dwop Breathe, like, there's no rim protection, and Josh can bully his way to the rim. And when they have Klingen in there, they're like, well, they got to do something. They got to go to zone, or they're going to have Josh Hart fading on them, or if they go man-to-man, then it's going to be like, cool, go stand up at the top of the key with, like, Karl Anthony Towns. That's why, like, Steve and I were, like, game planning this. I got to go look at the tape. Between OG and Mikal, one of them are hitting some assists here in this game. Like,
I was just going to say that. Yeah, dude, that OG line is staring at me. And I went back and watched last game. Yeah. They've been using him now, like, much more to set up the offense. They're getting to him in the post even. I mean, at the top of the key, like, all throughout the game, it seems like he's kind of setting up the offense a bit. Hart, the first couple games without Brunson, like, has done his thing, but it seems like they kind of worked it as a full team last game.
Yeah, like, I might be 40 chess overthinking this because, like, the Blazers have given up the last 4, 2 triple-doubles and a Jaylen Brown 8x8, and Hart obviously played there. So it's like, oh, just take Hart triple-double. But, like, it feels like, I don't know, it just feels like it's one of OG and Mikal hitting, like, 6 assists tonight. One of them. Feels that way.
Mikal's been diming for sure too.
Yeah,
11 potential assists.
Plus 750 for 6, plus 330 for 5. Like he could get up there tonight.
Yeah, no, I like that look a lot. Okay, let's go to OKC in Boston. Maybe spend a little time going over this game too, but I'm gonna give out my first look and let me quick type it in. I told Bubs about this. This is kind of a system play for me. It's an under, but it's a big game. It's going to be a close game probably. The Celtics are pretty healthy. So system play, fade the bad game merchant, Peyton Pritchard, or the bad team merchant. Kristaps got upgraded to questionable, so maybe he plays. Oh, no, that's without. But if you go to with all these guys in, these are all the guys in rotation who will play. Peyton Pritchard, he's under an 14 out of 22 games, but that doesn't really tell the whole story, right? Like a lot of these games are against like bad teams and stuff. I think this game, someone got hurt as well mid-game. But yeah, against OKC, I mean, they played once. He played like shit, but I think the bigger thing is that he only played 11 minutes, right? Yeah, and then if you add Kristaps in, like I said, he got upgraded to questionable. Then now he's under an 8 out of 13 games. He's only averaging 17 PRA. But another big thing is let's do with Tatum and Brown. I just don't see the minutes here for him. Let's do like 25. I think he probably plays like 20 to 22 minutes or something here. This is what 25 or less minutes with Tatum and Brown. He's literally averaging 12.3 PRA. He's under in 14 or 15 out of 19 games. I don't think OKC, like Pritchard's like a threat to score. OKC's like a smart team. I know that they like to give up spot ups and like overhelp and stuff, but look, I don't think Peyton Pritchard's really like a guy to just like leave wide open, right? I mean, he's a good player when he's out there. He's gonna, shoot threes at an efficient clip. So yeah, I'm just not overthinking this one, man. I just really like even against the Lakers, right? He only played 23 minutes. That was without Kristaps, like big game. Had 7 PRA. So Cavs, big game, had 7 PRA. Knicks, big game, had 9 PRA. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I just really think that Peyton Pritchard is just like a bad team merchant, right? He's averaging 21.4 PRA on the year. How many of those games have been like massive blowouts or with like significant people missing and stuff? So yeah, I think this line is like way too high. And I think that it's just a perfect spot to fade Peyton Pritchard. Like when you know it's going to be a competitive game, when you know it's a good defense, when Boston's pretty healthy. So yeah, I'm not going to try to overthink this one. You guys got any thoughts on Pritchard unders?
I mean, I love Pritch. I like the look for sure. I've got a plus 6,000 6 man of the year ticket on him. So I mean, I'm never gonna fade him, but I definitely like the look.
Yeah, no, that's looking good.
With the Celtics team, Tatum even came out to say it, and he never rests. Is they're kind of just saving them for big games at this time. So you'll see like spots where some of them get ruled out, but games like this, I think they'll be fully healthy, and they really rely on Pritch when it's like a Wednesday game against, a bottom team or something like that.
You pointed out too, back-to-backs as well. Definitely
0 days rest. I always target him when he's on the back end of a back-to-back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like obviously there's going to be someone on the Celtics who's going to make threes on the perimeter with the way OKC plays defense. But first place my mind went to was Drew Holiday, to be honest. One, he's just a big game player, so I just like Drew Holiday in big games. But I'm like, 2 threes, like you might probably get like 4 or 5 up. It's not going to be a ton of usage, but like the way that they're going to just like load up on like Tatum when he has the ball top of the key, like it's like, Drew's going to be on the wing open for like 6 threes.
Yeah, that was my thought. I played him last time head-to-head, and he shot 1 for 6, 0 for 4 from deep. But like I think that Chet actually might guard Drew here and just like roam off of him and help on Tatum drives, help on Brown drives and stuff. Because Drew's like been like in spots this year. I played him against the Lakers too. I guess I just don't have no mojo with Drew. But yeah, no, I've seen. I mean, there's been times this year where like he just gets guarded by a center and like he gets left wide open for 3. And if OKC is going to run a ton of Chet and Hardenstein lineups, which they should, right, without Jalen Williams especially. Yeah, it's like he's probably going to get guarded by Chet, and he's probably just going to get a ton of wide open corner threes against OKC, who gives up corner threes to begin with. So I think this is a great look at 1.5 threes.
Hover over that Grizzlies game on December 7th. Was that the game he took like 20-something shots?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they did with him. They just left him open, and he was just firing.
Yeah, and then I live bet him against Dallas. I remember this game was like a primetime game on like a Sunday, I think, and I was just like watching it. I saw the first possession of the game. Gafford was on him. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. And then 5 for 10 from deep. So yeah, I think does it make sense for? I mean, because Boston's going to bring Horford off the bench. Even if Kristaps doesn't play, then it's going to be Hartenstein. Do you guys think that Chet for sure is going to guard Drew? Because that's all you need for.
I think he will. I don't know who's gonna start for J-Dub because he's out.
I think Wallace will.
Wallace. Wiggins maybe.
He saved basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball save me.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that this Drew threes is a great look. Honestly, I think it makes. Or you could just play the upside and go like 3+. Hope that he shoots like because if Chet guards him, like him getting up 8 is like 100% in the cards.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure the game that Wiggins dropped 40 or crazy number like that with SGA playing was when J-Dub was out.
He was.
Obviously against Boston. It was. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, when I took a sip of coffee this morning, I had like my sicko threes lay, and the two names in my head to start the day with Drew Holiday and Dylan Brooks.
I like that. I actually really like that Dylan one too.
I'm a sucker for Dylan Brooks and that terrible catapult mechanical jump shot that's gonna go up 9 times tonight. I can't, it's my love language. I can't let it go. But the Suns are like top 10 and like the most catch and shoot threes last like 10 games. He had 4 against them a couple weeks ago. So yeah, Dylan Brooks is gonna be on the lay on something.
I was gonna say I feel like they have beef, but he's got beef with like everybody.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes sense.
Okay, before we move on, I want you guys' thoughts on a couple looks. So, from the OKC side of things, look, Chet's lines are like objectively too low without J-Dub, but I will say, similar to Cat, when Chet's at the 5, getting guarded by 5s, he's an absolute beast, like very tough to guard on offense. Boston's a very smart team. Like I said, they're going to start one big and then have a ton of wings. And I don't like Chet because I think Chet's going to get guarded by a Tatum or Drew, someone who is not faster than and definitely not stronger than. And I think that's going to give him a lot of trouble. So do you guys have any thoughts on Chet? Like, I don't know. Like, objectively, this line looks very low without J-Dub, but what are your guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, I agree with the coverage aspect of it. I mean, even Al Horford, I think would match up very well with him. But I mean, the lines do feel low. It's a tough matchup. He should have to get up for this game. I mean, if they want a chance to win, it can't just be all SGA. But I don't really love the matchup for him either.
Yeah, I co-sign that. Like the airspace and like just the way they could just like with Al Horford, like you said, that's the perfect name. Like Al Horford's playing amazing defense this year. Like what is he, like 38? Like so, yeah.
Bubs, you got any thoughts on Chet?
I think just from watching Boston, I think Tatum will end up taking him. And I know Boston is typically known for single coverage and switch heavy defense, but I have seen at times this year, I want to say it was the Minnesota game, they blitzed and doubled Ant every time he touched the ball. So, I mean, if I'm Missoula, I don't know if he would do that. I'm getting the ball out of SGA's hands as much as possible, make someone else beat me.
Yep. And I actually don't trust Chet against switching. That's like a thing. Like, I don't think switching is good for Chet. It's good for people who can create off the bounce, and Chet can do that. But look, he's not going to get any space on Tatum. He's not stronger than Tatum. I don't think that even Drew. Oh, it looks like I just got logged out of Props Madness too. But yeah, even Drew, man, I think that just Derek White, all those guys who are strong as hell. Like, I don't think that's good for Chet. I know he can shoot over them. I don't trust Chet shooting contested ass over people though. Okay, this is a guy who I was very close to playing on OKC, and if you could look blindly at this and be like, oh yeah, spot up guys against Boston, terrible look. Yeah, like guarding single SGA and single coverage against J-Dub makes no sense, or without J-Dub makes no sense. I'm getting the ball out of his hands too. Mazzulla's a smart coach. I think that they're doing the same thing. What I noticed with Boston is they will guard non-shooters very disrespectfully. And they did that with Lou Dort here. Lou Dort got up 14 shots without J-Dub. I think this is like a peak minute spot for Dort too. Like Thunder like to conserve the guy's minutes, but look, you gotta have him out there for defense. He played 39 minutes against him the first time. Like I said, 14 shots. I like Lou Dort here at 10.5 points. I think there's a really good chance that we've seen him. I went down here, right? Dylan Brooks had a 36-point game. Russell Westbrook, Christian Brown, those guys went off against Boston or got up a ton of shots at least very recently because they're non-shooters, right? Like Boston will disrespect the hell out of non-shooters, and they did it already with Dort. I think that Dort's actually sneaky in a really good spot. Do you guys have any thoughts on Dort here?
He's also coming off a heater, which is never a bad thing. I mean, he's coming into the game confident, but I mean that definitely makes sense. He should get some really nice looks tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like I like the breakdown on that. And also, this is in OKC too. This is in Boston.
In Boston.
Okay. Yeah. I do like the idea of what you were saying then, the breakdown on that though. I do like Lou Dort.
Yeah.
His minutes will be huge too, just for defensive purposes, like you said.
Yeah. I think if there's a chance that you see him first play of the game, and they're just leaving him wide open. And like I said, another great live betting spot. And a lot of the stuff, live betting is just like, if you understand like schemes and it's like when you share picks and like provide picks to other people, like it's tough to do it with live betting. But if you're just like making money on your own and stuff, I feel like live betting is like really the best way to go, especially come playoff time when they throw team coming off a loss and they make an adjustment and it's very clear and obvious what the adjustment is, like who they're going to let beat them. When you can pick up on that, live betting is like a cash cow in my opinion, because like what we're trying to predict the game scheme right now, but like when you're live betting, you can just see the first play of the game and see what they're going to do, right? And it's like as long as they don't score on the first possession of the game, their line's going to be the exact same. So
interesting. The hardest part with like live betting is just like the speed of it. Like sometimes like you'll be in a break and you'll be thinking like what's happening right now, and by the time you get to bed, like oh go to this and like that, and then like try to share with like your subscribers is like line's already gone or something's already happened, dude's already scored a point, grabbed a rebound. Like that's happened like so many times this year where it's just like I can't share because it's like too soon.
Yeah, but I think like a Lou Dort 4 threes. It's probably not the best price, right? Because he's already at 2.5 for plus money. So
yeah, that's gross.
But yeah, it is gross.
This is coming from the Dylan Brooks guy. That's gross.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Does anyone else want to share a play that they got? Or Bubs, you got anything?
I was actually texting the guys this morning. I have 2 looks. I haven't locked anything in. One of my plays that I was kind of looking forward to, but he doesn't have a line yet, was Luke Kennard against the Jazz. I don't think he's on the injury report anymore. And obviously Jackson and Aldama are out. But like any shooter versus the Jazz obviously is a good look, but I kind of look like PA too if he has a good line, because he's one of those shooters that like if they chase him off the line, he'll make the right play. And he's got some spot games where, he's got 6 or 7 assists. He can knock down a couple threes as well. But like when I was looking at the slate last night and I saw that game and I looked at the injury report, Luke Kennard was like the first person who popped up in my head. But obviously he doesn't have a line, so.
Yeah. No, I really like the PA look too, because Stim put me on with one of my best bets of the year. It was the Jaden McDaniels assist line against the Jazz, right? Because it's just a spot. Like if you're like a semi spot up guy against the Jazz, you're just going to touch the ball more, right? And it was a game without like, Ant and Randall and stuff. So, and it was at 2.5 for plus money. And so shout out to you, Stim. That was an absolute gem. And
kind of still been a wagon a little bit too. He's been playing.
I know. Yeah. The 4 was 200 last game. I was ooh, that's nice. And like he like crushed it in like the first half, I'm gonna say.
Ty, I was actually gonna ask you about that. I'm a little stuck between Julius Randle and McDaniels RA. I kind of like them both, to be honest, but Jaden McDaniels' rebound line is 5.5 and his RA line is 7.5, where his assist line is 2.5. So like taking the RA spot, we're kind of getting a discount on his assist, right? I like spots like that where when you combine the two, you're kind of getting a discount for one of them. And I mean, if you look at it, it's been kind of a wagon recently too. I don't know if Gobert is going to play. I mean, I assume he is, but he's questionable with that injury maintenance spot. But I'd assume he'll play. But I mean, he's been crushing it.
I like it. I think his assists. Look, you're getting the discount on the assists, so you're asking for 5 rebounds, right? And okay, let's go to like a 5 rebound for Jaden. I mean, dude, he's been averaging like 8 rebounds. Like, I mean, this is the last 30 games. He's been averaging 7.5. Yeah, dude. And then no, it's actually a really good assist spot too, because I mean, Jokic blitzes Ant every pick and roll rep, and Denver allows like the most assists in the league.
I watched a little bit of the game too. They have Ant on Jamal Murray, and McDaniels kind of is that weak side defender who, I mean, he'll come up. He's kind of sitting on MPJ. He'll come up when MPJ does, but he's sitting there on the back end and he's picking up a lot of those boards too. I think he had 8 rebounds last game.
Yeah. No, this is a great bet and I think the biggest thing of anything though, it's a great price.
I might lock it in right here on the stream.
Ty, I also wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on Rudy Gobert points, man? Because Lord knows when I saw Nick Richards hit 18 and Hardenstein hit 20 on Denver, I'm like, man, anyone with functioning arms who's over 7 foot can hit 15 points on this damn team.
Yeah, I do like it. I think that. Look, I don't know how many minutes he's going to play because he was in foul trouble last game. He played like 6 first half minutes. So like this is like bullshit. Like the 20 minutes. I wish it was a little better price, right? Because I wish that like the book saw like 20 minutes, like okay, Rudy averages like whatever points per 24 minutes, and like they're definitely pricing it in. But I think that what they're not pricing in is the rebounds because they're gonna put Randall on Julius because Randall's strong as hell, or not Randall on Julius, Randall on Jokic, and Rudy's gonna guard like Peyton Watson or Russ or some shit, or Christian Braun, like literally any of those guys because they have a million non-shooters. So I think that he could be in a good rebounding spot too. But I definitely lean over on PR because, look, I mean, having Rudy as a roamer against Jokic is like a massive asset. So I think it's going to be a really good minute spot for him too.
Yeah, I was looking at his double at plus 190. It was on certain books. It's got value. He's been, I think he's hit that in 4 straight regular season games against Jokic, not playoffs.
Yeah, he gets up to play against Jokic. Like he plays like he has like some really good games against Jokic.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think double is the way to go for sure. If you're gonna, instead of like 11.5 points, because I think the plus 190, that's a ridiculous price for fucking Rudy Gobert, dude. Like, I get that Rudy, you know, he's a little iffy sometimes, but you know, one thing he knows how to get double. So
yeah, and then I mean, I do like the fact the way Randall's playing. Right, shout out to my guy Julius, just playing so unselfish. That's always the best version of Julius, when he's so unselfish. But like the way he's playing so unselfish, like, oh, Rudy's gonna touch the ball again. It's like earlier in the year when Julius was playing selfish and like chucking in the lane, like Rudy be right in the dunker spot, just like looking at him and like nothing.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of Julius, he is playing great hoops, and I am going to bet on him. I'm betting on him. Look, this is a pure matchup thing. Look, Denver has nobody to guard him. Aaron Gordon is doubtful. He's not going to play probably.
Yeah.
But you're going to put Russ on him. Russ can't guard him. Christian Brown's going to take Ant. MPJ cannot guard him for shit. Peyton Watson's like skinny as shit. He can't guard him either. Look, they're either going to double him, and you know, if they're going to double him, that might have been an issue earlier in the year. But Randall damn near flirts with the triple double every single game now. If you double him, he's going to make the right read. He's going to spike in assists. I think this is a ceiling minute game for him too. Love Nas, but I just think Julius is a better fit for this matchup because, look, you need some beef on Jokic, and that's what Julius provides. And then he'll, like I said, with Denver having non-shooters, I think that Julius is going to be needed first of all on offense because look, Minnesota's offense can get dicey when Ant gets blitzed every time. Which is going to happen to him, right? So if it's Julius setting the screen, you know, he'll be able to play make off of that, drive to the cup. There's no rim protection. On post-ups, right? Double him. Okay, whatever, his assist will spike. Don't double him. He's going to get to his little spot for in the non-restricted area paint, his little fadeaway. That's money. He'll be able to do that all the time. And like I said, I think he'll be needed on offense with Ant getting blitzed and on defense to guard Jokic and let Rudy roam. So yeah, I see this as absolute ceiling minutes for Julius here, and I just don't think that they have a matchup for him. So when I like a ceiling minute spot, like I said, I don't think the rebound matchup is the greatest, but you're just asking for 7 rebounds here for him in his PRA line. So look, if he plays like 36, 38 minutes, game stays close, I think, you know, that's close to a floor for him. And like I said, with points and assists, I don't know which one's going to spike, but I'm very confident that one of them does spike because Ant's going to get blitzed and because they don't have anyone to guard him. So yeah. You guys got to take on Randall?
I love Julius Randle tonight for that exact reason. If Aaron Gordon was in there, it'd be a different matchup because like you can match muscle on muscle, but like you said, like Michael Porter Jr. is light in the ass. I always like to target Julius against these like light in the ass teams because he knows it too. He's a very smart player. Yeah. He does a lot of dumb things, but he's like a really smart player. So yeah, I co-sign that, man.
Yeah,
I like it as well. I was a little upset to see his assist line go from 4.5 to 5.5. That's been pretty free recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love it. I think his assists have a ton of upside too.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it because I was looking at Dante, and obviously I know they're going to blitz and all post ups. Most teams, Julius passes out of it really well. So I feel like, you know, Randall has the matchup as well. But if they do choose to double him, and with Ant getting blitzed, I feel like Dante kind of has a lower line and a great matchup as well for his points.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is like similar to like the Harden spot. I don't like doing this, and I have like, dude, I did. This is like pretty embarrassing, given that Ant's like my favorite player, and I watch every Wolves game. But Ant's been like my least profitable player. Like I'm like minus like 4 units betting on Ant this year. So I'm probably wrong here, but I feel like it's like a good matchup for damn near everyone but Ant. But it's also look, Ant's going to be 100% up against Denver, which is scary. And he's similar to Harden, right? These dudes who can get up step back threes, like there's almost no capping them when their step back three is going. Like you can't do anything about it.
Yeah. So what are you supposed to do? Yeah.
There's no bad shot. If they get it off, it's considered a good shot. They're so good.
Yeah. Just hope Ant doesn't force the issue, and then really even like you could even make a case for Jaden. Jaden's a guy that people are cool when like you don't have the personnel to match. Jaden's a guy that people are really cool letting beating them. And we like his PRA I think is like 21.5. It's another one. Like I actually took his under this game because look, with Rudy in the space, Jaden's like been playing the 4 a ton. Look, me and Flo, all we do is fucking glaze our teams and stuff. But Jaden is someone when he's at the 4, when he has spacing around him, bro, he is fucking really good. Like on offense.
Yeah, Jaden's game is like so much better now than it was like a year ago. Like he has like a midi now, like, and he has a move to get to the midi. Like I've been watching like a lot of Jaden lately. I've been like really impressed. So yeah, Jaden's awesome. You know what's so crazy? We were here like back when it's like months ago, and we are talking about Jaden rebounds, and they're at 4.5, and you're like, "Yo, Jaden's the man." Nah, that's like long gone. Even though it's back to 4.5 today, because like last game, it was like because of the matchup, you only have like 6 chances, but like usually Jaden's good for like 6 or 7.
Yeah, hopefully
it's back to 4.5.
Yeah, it's at 4.5.
Nah, 4.5 is insane, bro. I don't even like even with Rudy and Randall. Let's see.
I think it's like minus 150, 4.5. Like it's heavily juiced.
Yeah.
Most books, a lot of books have it sitting at 5.5. So like MGM's 4.5. I saw that too.
That's ridiculous, bro.
The 6 is plus 112. So we've given out like 4 or 5 plus spots.
Yeah.
Between Danny, the great Dylan Brooks, and Jaden McDaniels. Man, you're welcome.
I wonder what the
Klingen 1-3. Dwalt Reed. There you go.
Yeah. Do you guys ever bet team totals?
No, but
or not?
It definitely would be a profitable spot because it's so much easier to gauge.
I'll tell you what's a very interesting market. It's a shame that only ESPN Bet seems to have it. I'm 2 for 2 on free throws made bets this year. It's I wish more books had it available, but it's an interesting market sometimes.
Yeah, damn, dude. Yeah, free throws made.
Yeah. Since we're talking about like, plus money spots and 4.5, like I'll just point out, it's just system, and it's like I've just seen it so many times that I have to take it. Is a Durant assist against the Rockets, which is like the most ridiculous trend in the NBA, which is Durant against Ime Udoka teams. This is like going back to Brooklyn 2 games before that. 8, 8, 16, 8, 6, 2, and 9. Ran the 9 earlier this year was without Booker, so they were just trapping him every single time. Last year, the 2 assist game against the Rockets, let's say they had like 9 potential. And before they had a 6 assist game against the Rockets where like Booker was right there. So I'm like, sure, if you're gonna give me a plus 125 or something like that, that's ridiculous. Like, sure, give me 5, give me 6, and like, let me see what happens.
KD had 16 assists in a game.
It makes no sense. Like the defense is just they see KD on the floor and they go stupid whenever the Rockets play him. Like they'll just throw 2 people at him. And there's no need to double team him. And they'll just like blitz him off. Like he'll be on the wing. They'll just blitz him every time. So I don't know. That's what happens.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's crazy. Yeah, no, because I was actually looking at Grayson Allen unders. I'm like, okay, well, Houston, they just play single coverage. Like, okay, if it's against single coverage, Grayson Allen's going to take like 4 shots. But yeah, no, definitely probably not a good bet at hearing that.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else with the Wolves Nuggets that you guys are interested in? Because I didn't really like any. I think that Russ, similar to Josh Hart, look, he if he's starting, man, I mean, his 1.5 threes gross as hell, right? I think he gets guarded by Rudy here. But That's gross as hell. So I'll probably
Whenever
you guys-
Jokic 9.5 assists is like a playable number, I like to take it. I mean, it's obviously like matchup wise, there's nothing special. He's gone over in both games this year. I'm looking at it right now, minus 120 for over 9.5. And I mean, he's Jokic. He's over, I think, in like 60% of games this year with 30 plus minutes. I mean, he's just an absolute dog. I mean, if I can get 10 assists at a playable price, I typically take it with him. He's had 2 games back to back where he didn't get it, so we're kind of getting a bit of a discount. But I mean, it hasn't failed me. You know, it's kind of just like for me, if I see 10 assists, regular number, I'm going to take it. Haven't locked it in yet, but I'm heavily considering it.
Yeah. I kind of like Porter under here. I think it's a little bit interesting just because, look, I think that how the Wolves are going to, you know, help off of Jokic, off of like their non-shooters with Rudy. And then you talked about Ant does guard Jamal Murray, right? So, and then he's going to get Jaden McDaniels. Like, I don't think he's going to get open spot up looks, first of all. And then second of all, I don't think that he can really self-create on Jaden McDaniels, at least like good quality looks. So I know without Aaron Gordon, he's kind of a wagon. Like he plays ridiculous minutes without Aaron Gordon, like 38, 36, 40, 38. So yeah, maybe not. Or maybe rebounds to 7.5. They kind of fix that. But yeah. One thing I want to say, guys, the Wolves, you guys are going to watch the Wolves tonight. I think we're going to kill Denver.
That's
maybe my homerism's getting in. I think the Wolves are the only team that can beat OKC in a 7-game series in the West. At full health. We were a complete shit show to start the year, but this team has always been damn good.
Don't do it to yourself, man. I love the man, but man, you're gonna trust Julius Randle in a best of 7 series against an elite defense and a smart coach. I'm sorry. I love you. You're my guy. I'm just like, I just don't want you out there like that. That's all. That's all. Just don't do that to yourself.
Maybe I'm getting but the thing is, even if Julius plays like shit, like Nas is good as fuck. Like we'll just bench Julius and put in Nas. And then if Rudy's playing like ass, we'll just play Jaden at the 4, Nas at the 5. Like, yeah, we're giving up size and stuff kind of, but
yeah.
Our fucking Wolves G League team went on like a 20-0 run against OKC. Clamp Shea, Rob Dillingham giving them the work.
Yeah, that was a great comeback. That was a great comeback.
Something I've noticed is Rudy literally can't catch the ball. Yeah, Rudy
that's why I'm not taking his points because like, bro, he'll be under the rim open. They'll give it to him. He'll like fumble it about. I'm like, thanks, man.
So many drops, rebounds too.
Oh my
He'll go
God.
for a rebound, just like falls out of his hands. Makes no sense.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm feeling good about I think we're better in Denver. I think we're better in Memphis. I think we're like the second. Maybe Golden State's like dicey because they've been looking really good. I think we're like the second or third best team in the West, though. And then we're going to be like a 6 or 7 seed or some shit. We might even make the play-in, but I don't know, man. I'm feeling maybe it's definitely my homerism's kicking in, but this team, shit. If we come out and dog Denver tonight, I'm going to be feeling really good about us.
Full strength right now. Lakers are dangerous too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess I'm sleeping on them just because LeBron's out right now.
Yeah. Not to grab the steering wheel, but like I was looking at like random stuff last night and I was like starting to lab, sicko. My dog Jamal Shed 6.5 assists. And the second I like was labbing and jumped to 7.5. And I'm like, good. Stop labbing Jamal Shed assists. Like just stop it.
Yeah.
Because there's like no Quickly, there's no Barrett. Like, yeah.
Oh wow. Is Barnes questionable too? Yeah. Man.
Like if Jakob plays, I wonder like what if his assists are. Like, are they gonna give us that stupid 2.5 line? Because he'll kill that in the first half if they do again. But I don't know if he's gonna play though, because they're like on this like tank mode game. Like this is a huge tank game for them. So
this is a tank war. Stim, what's going on with Philly?
The Raptors are playing a really good team tonight. I'd be careful. I mean, yeah, the season's over. There's not much to talk about. We have the Eagles. We'll be excited about that. Got our win there. Sixer season's cooked.
Get ready for Orlando Robinson's second consecutive double-double.
Stim, what's going on with like Philly's minutes, bro? I don't even want to touch like a Philly prop because I don't know. Like I saw Grimes played 39 minutes, but it's like what is he gonna play like 25 randomly or what the hell's going on?
Nick Nurse just came out and said he's going to start limiting the minutes, or not. I guess limiting is the verbiage he used, but of like Grimes, Oubre. I think it was maybe Yabu included, but then Grimes came out and played like 39 minutes. So, I mean, it's hard to predict. I think that Justin Edwards is going to see some consistent minutes. We kind of want to see what we have with him. I mean, with Drummond, it's also tough to predict because I don't know how many minutes he's going to play. His minutes have been weird. If he plays 30 minutes, like for example, tonight even, if he plays 30 minutes, like he should get a double-double, but you just don't know what his minutes are going to look like. I want to see more Adem Bona. We have nothing left for our season. He's like as gritty as it comes, and he hustles a ton. I think he's got some upside. I'd like to see him get a start here, but I mean, we're still stuck with like, even when Drummond was out, instead of starting Bona, we started Yabu at the 5 again. So I mean, it's really tough to decipher. It seems Grimes is kind of just the guy right now. If I would bet on anybody on our team, it would probably be Grimes, but I wouldn't even take him.
Yeah.
Start bonus so I could take like the 8x8. That dude scraps. Alex Sarr, by the way, this random is awful because I took him one game against the Raptors and the dude shot like 3 for 14 missing like bunnies in the lane. Bona's the kind of guy where he'll just tap it up enough times we'll go in. I would love an Adam Bona line if I knew he was playing 30 minutes against the Raptors. Raptors are terrible in the interior. I mean, everybody knows that, but yeah.
J-Main, damn, I'm getting old. Justin Edwards' mom went to high school with me. Her tall. That's actually funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Keelan, we Wolves are definitely better in Memphis. Like I'm standing on that. John Morant fell off a cliff. Like John Morant is like
he's hurt. I think he's deeper with his shoulder than what he's leading on.
He also just can't shoot. And if you can't shoot and you're 6'1", bro, like you have a ceiling to where you're at. Like I think Ja's getting to be the most overhyped player in the league. Like I'm taking
difference now too.
What would you say?
So their offense is completely different. I feel like it used to just be pick and roll every time down the court, and then with his availability, you never know if he's going to be hurt or he went through that trouble. Like they just changed it to different. Like they don't use the pick and roll as much. Sometimes he's just standing in the corner. I guess it's different now with Jackson out, but beginning of the year, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I think Memphis is like realizing that like Bane is like just as good as Ja, and so is Jaren, and that like okay, like let's like distribute the wealth a little bit more. But
I actually do have a Sixers spot that I haven't played and I probably won't, but high upside wise, I think Ricky Council is going to start getting a lot of run. I mean, especially in the G League, like he's been on a tear. But I mean, he played really well last game too. I think he's going to continue to earn minutes. We paid him a bit in the offseason too. I think we gave him maybe 3 years. But I think he should start to get more tick. I mean, we're giving like Jeff Doughton very consistent minutes. He's just one of Nick Nurse's guys, dude. It pisses me off. He's
Jared Butler.
Jared Butler's actually not that bad.
He's okay. It's okay.
He's
Ricky
not that
can
bad.
hoop. I like Ricky. He could hoop.
Jeff Doughton might be the worst player in the league. He really might be.
I'm glad my Bulls aren't playing because I will show you a couple worst players.
Yo, Bubs, is Josh Giddey like legit good, or like is he just doing like the high usage?
He's a high usage guy. Everyone is freaking out right now. It's like we found our point guard in the future, and it's just like, okay, like if you want to be the 10th seed every year, go for it. But if you want to actually compete in the future, if you put like an actual A option next to him, like you're going to get played off the court and in the playoffs. Like you saw what happened in OKC. They literally, no one guarded him.
Yeah. It's kind of sad. Like Giddey will like put up like ridiculous numbers when he gets the role, and like the team will be okay, right? Like they're not going to be like, it's not like Giddey first stops in hoops is like the lottery bound. It's like they're like playing bound, but that's kind of like what it is, you know.
That's every year for us.
Yeah. Okay. I think there was one. There's a sneaky Memphis spot that like stuck out to me a little bit. You talked about Kennard. I realized that Vince Williams is like a really good passer. Like he's like a really weirdly good assist guy. And last year, I remember, obviously, yes, they had nobody, but Vince Williams was like dropping crazy dime games and stuff. And just against the Jazz, like we know they run a ton of zone. Like the shooters, like the low usage spot up guys, just touch the ball a shit ton against the Jazz. He's been starting without Santi, and I know like the assist hasn't really popped. But do you guys like have any thoughts on Vince Williams, 2.5 assists?
I like it. When Memphis was down last year and he was playing like 36, 37 minutes a game, they kept setting his PA line like super low, and he was one of those guys I noticed. Like, he's actually a really good passer, like you said. And obviously with Utah, any drives they're going to collapse, and he's got, options to kick it out to.
Yeah, for sure. You would have hoped to see better potential assists, because the Pelicans and Jazz are kind of doing the same shit right now, right? They're just a lot collapsing on everything, playing some zone, just allowing a ridiculous amount of catch and shoot stuff. So I guess he did have 5 potentials, and potentials aren't the end all be all and stuff. But yeah, you probably would have liked to see a little better assist game there, maybe. Yeah, let's see. Is there any other games that we didn't really go over in depth? I guess Clippers Heat. Is there any? Flo, I know you were thinking about Bogey. Or what
yeah, man. The three's going to be right there, and he's going to play 33, 34 minutes. And if you just look at the usage when Kawhi's out there, the fact that the three are minus 118, he's going to be open. He's going to be open. The man's going to be open. He can be in that zone. James Harden's going to do his dribble, fat thing.
Just don't take Nico Batum.
Yeah, just don't take Nico. That's the last person. Nico. I do wonder if Derek. I do wonder all of Gambling X was on Derek Jones, and the 2 is plus money. You gotta trust the ball to go in the hole. You only get 5 attempts, but Derek Jones could be interesting too. Someone's making 3 threes on that wing. Just gotta pick the right guy.
I mean, this is kind of crazy. So I might play this, to be honest, because you blindly look at this, whatever, under and 2 out of 3.
His usage without Kawhi is insane.
Yeah,
it's insane usage. He's getting 15 shots up, 14 shots up.
Yeah, this game he goes over if he shoots 2 for 8 from 3, shot 4 for 13, 2 for 3 from the stripe. This game he shot 6 for 19, 1 for 12, and had 13 points. That's the worst beat ever if you had an over 13.5 points. And then this game, he shoots the ball 16 times, just has a good shooting performance, right? 50-50, 100. It's maybe a little bit. You can take away a 3 and he's still at 20 points, and that's a normal shooting performance. So this is definitely, and it's scheme wise, we know that they're going to be aggressive against Harden. Yeah, I mean, this is a good bet. You need Bogey here, bro. Without Kawhi, Tyloo, you can't play Harden, Zubac, Dunn, Batum, and Derek Jones. That team is going to put up 75 points. So
Bogey's last 5 shooting games without Kawhi, 1 for 6 from 3, 1 for 6, 1 for 6, 1 for 8, 1 for 12, 3 for 6. I'm good.
Bubs, Stim, do you guys have any Bogey thoughts?
I mean, I agree. I think you guys did a nice little breakdown there. Should definitely see an uptick today.
Yeah. Man, I might play this, bro. I mean, he should have easily covered every single game. But
I mean, he should have covered yesterday. I want to say his line opened at 9.5. I didn't take it, but it opened at 9.5. He had 8 points and missed 2 open threes, missed an open midi in the lane. He shot 3 of 8, 3 of 9. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a good buy low spot.
Yeah.
I just don't see a world where Tyloo can stiff him on minutes down Kawhi. You need
offense. No, he's going to play 27, 28, and if he's going well, he's going to play 33, 34. So, all just got to go in whole.
Okay. We got about 5 minutes left on the show. Is there anything else you guys were itching to get on, or maybe go over to Phoenix, Houston, or was there any other games that?
I have a play I might be locking in right now. I just want to make sure that the line is still playable. It's going to be an under, which I usually don't target. But let me take a look real quick, see if make sure it's available.
Crazy skipping Hawks versus Hornets.
Dante Exum under 6.5 rebounds and assists. I was kind of looking at him last night too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Dude, let me send it real quick too. Let me just.
He's allergic to rebounding.
But also with PJ Washington back too, likely that'll take away some minutes. If Brandon Williams plays too, I mean, there's just so many ways for him to go under here. He's been going under religiously the last 5+ games as it is, and now I think he's just going to continue to kind of get phased out. Spencer Dinwiddie had a really nice game in their last game. We kind of saw Exum's minutes fall a bit. I just don't see how he's going to really go over this unless he sees a crazy uptick in his rebounds maybe. But I think I'm going to lock this in right now, especially if you plug in PJ Washington playing there too.
Yeah. Yeah, this is actually a really good bet.
Yeah, I love that one.
Even in these games with absolutely nobody, 3, 4, and 3.
Yeah, and even if you look at the games like where nobody was there, he's allergic to rebounding. Like I've never seen him play like that. Someone said that like 2 weeks ago. I was like, do you know Dante Exum can rebound? And then you look at it, it's like it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I like that.
I like that one.
I just saw this pop up. Bismack, what happened? 17 minutes. What's his rebounds? 5. Bro, Bismack against the Mavs.
If he would play, he would crush the people. Sorry, I don't know why he didn't play last game, but like if he would play, like it's hideous. He would crush the people. Sorry, if you told me he would play.
Yeah, 5.5 rebounds against Dallas, man.
What do you think, Stem?
I've got PTSD on Bismack. I don't even want to look at him.
Dude, we had the dumbest lotto of all time. It was against the Nets. We put Bismack to get 3+ assists. It was like plus 900 on 365. And for some reason, we added Barnes points. I mean, obviously against the Nets, right? It's like a good matchup. But he literally had the 3 assists, and Barnes didn't fucking come through. We could have just had Bismack 3 assists, like the most random shit ever, right? And he actually hit it against the Nets because they were like blitzing and, like whatever, he caught it and, made like a quick read. But fuck, man.
Yeah, I took his double-double in back-to-back games, and he did not come anywhere near it. Plus 4,000. They don't have a center. I was like, come on, I'll take a stab.
Yeah. I mean, this could be like a game script thing almost. So it's like, I don't know like what the game flow was like, but if Bismack starts and like they get up like 20-12 or something, and then he subs out, and then they're up, and he just plays his normal minutes. It's like unless they get killed by this small ball, then Bismack like on like a per minute basis, he should be killing it on the glass, right? So
Dwight Powell.
Dwight Powell, yeah.
He's gonna get hit in the face.
He's gonna get hit in the face. If there was a market for that, I would take that.
Todd, you know that Twitter account?
Yeah, that shit is so funny, man.
Bubs put me onto it, dude. I'm dying every time I see it.
Yeah. It's literally every game, man. It's like he makes the same reaction every time. He's like, oh, that shit's hilarious. Yeah, Bismack. Look, Stim. I know you got killed by the the double doubles and stuff, but look, in betting, right?
Oh no, I don't ban people. I'm not a ban people type guy. I'm not taking him today, but
I like it though. Shit, dude, he could get like 4 putbacks. If he gets like 3 or 4 putbacks, you're cooking with gas. But yeah, Bismack, I don't know. If you're playing it like normal, I guess it's probably risky just because he could easily get benched. Okay, well, guys, I appreciate you guys coming on. Before you leave, I want to give you guys each the floor to shout out something. And Bob, let's start with you. What you got to say before you head out?
Oh, it put me on the spot, man. Appreciate you having me on. I know I wanted to hop on last time with the guys, but I wasn't able to. Definitely looking forward to the next show. I know I didn't have any actual plays I put out yet to give you guys, but I did mention I'm waiting on Luke Kennard line. So for those that are interested in that, there's that. But yeah, really appreciate you having me on, and it's always a pleasure working with Flo and Stem as well.
Yeah, man. As always, man, great to be back here, man. Obviously, Anthony Simons, man. He's going to fry the Knicks. It's sad. Anthony Simons, take him to the moon. It's at 24.5 now. That's scary because you kind of need to play well, but I'm like, still like it. I mean, what more needs to be said? The same regurgitated stats over and over and over. Oh, do you know the Knicks are all for the pick and roll ball handler? Yes, we know that. Do you know that the Knicks don't stop pull-ups or bump the brick threes and blah? And the last 9 guards have covered their line. And do you know that? Anthony Simons. He should go off, live a little, take Klingon for that 1-3 on LA. He's going to take 2.
Oh yeah, I like it. Doo-wop Reith season 2.
Yeah, it's coming. I'm telling you. When you see me on that timeline with them 2 Dwop 3s and 1 Klingon 3s, don't say I didn't tell you.
But yeah, no, Ty, thanks as always. Always a pleasure to be on here. Love what you guys are doing at Straight Betting. Love the way you guys break down a slate as well. And just wanted to shout out my 2 guys, Bubs and Flo. I mean, we talk all day about going through a slate and such and kind of our reads, and it's a pleasure to work with them too. 2 really great minds. Couldn't be happier with not only our NBA team, but also just our House of Stims team in general. I'm not on here to promote our Discord necessarily, but I mean, you heard those 2 speak as well. What they do is pretty miraculous day in and day out. So couldn't be more happy to work with those 2.
Hell yeah. And shit, you don't want to promote it, I will. House of Stims, guys, I mean, there's most Discords, or not most, a lot of, in today's day and age on Twitter, it's like, it's tough to you see people and you're like, oh, you're a scammer, whatever. House of Stims is one of the few very legit services out there that, you can sit on your ass, click a few buttons and make some money watching your favorite sports. So yeah, always make sure to go check them out if you guys are interested in, tailing some winning bettors. That's what I'll say, tailing winning bettors, because there's a lot of bad stuff out there. But yeah, House of Stims, 100% good, and I will shout it out for you guys because you guys deserve it. And I appreciate everyone coming on. I love talking hoops with people. Love talking hoops with people who know what they're talking about, and I think it's just a lot of fun. So yeah, once again, great idea, Stim, getting the whole team on, and I'm glad we did it.
Man, we'll be back whenever you're feeling it. Let us know, and the 3 of us will definitely come back. I think it's a good way to break down a slate with all 3 of us here.
Yeah, more minds, the better. Just introduces people to angles, that they weren't even thinking about and stuff. So awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys, everyone, for tuning in, of course. Sorry we didn't get to comments today, but I mean, we got 4 people on here, so it's like we're not really going to be able to go over every comment. Unless we want to be here until tip off and stuff. So yeah, I appreciate everyone tuning in. Little reminder, if you guys enjoy this content, just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, all that good stuff. It's how you support it, how you support us for free, how the show is able to, have longevity and be able to do this for the years coming and stuff. So yeah. All right. Well, we'll be back tomorrow, and appreciate everyone tuning in. Appreciate the House of Stims crew for coming on once again.